if you keep your hand in the wine and chain, if you keep looking up to the hills from which cometh your help, I want you to know what I declare unto you that everything will be all right. Every once in a while we get caught in these little storms down here. Every once in a while we get caught in an economic storm. Every once in a while we get caught in a relationship storm. Every once in a while we get caught up in a financial storm. Every once in a while we get caught up with one another and we cause storms of one another. But I declare unto you that if you just keep on holding on. Somebody said just hold on a little while longer. If you hold on a little while longer, I got a feeling that everything is going to be all right. It seems like Paul is in the midst of this storm as they're on their way to Rome and they caught up in what was called a Uruguay. Paul is telling his shipmates that if you just hold on a little while longer, everything is going to be all right. This journey might be perilous, but I got a feeling that when the end comes, everything is going to be all right. See, God had told Paul some few years ago. He said that you're going to Rome and you're going to testify in my name in Rome. And you know, sometimes God works in our life the same way. Sometimes we are 20 years old and God has a plan for us. But sometimes that plan does not manifest itself till we get 50 or 60 years old. But God is going to bring his plan to fruition, and whatever he has for you to do, he's going to make sure that you do it. This life might be fraught with perils, but if you just hold on, everything is going to be all right. You might recall a man by the name of Job. Job, they said, was an upright man and one who eschewed evil, and he did things that was right, and he was a devout man, and he loved the Lord. But he got caught up in a storm one day.
Well,
somebody.
Well.
I'm the only one in here. Job got caught up in a storm one day. God wanted to use Job to show Satan something, but it was at the cost of something happening and occurring in his life. And somebody came to him and said, your children, they're all dead. Somebody else came to him and said, your donkeys, they're all gone. Somebody else came and said, your camels, they all gone. And Job, what you going to do now that your life has all been turned upside down? And sometimes in our own life, it gets turned upside down. All the circumstances that take place. But I want you to know that if you just hold on a little while longer, I got a feeling that everything will Job had a perilous journey. Some say that Job endured his storm for 12 long years. And not only did he lose his children and lose all his wealth, but he lost his health along with it. He was in a storm, just like Paul was in this storm here, and the ship began to toss and turn. And these little ships that we call our bodies in this little life we have, sometimes the winds of change toss us and turn us and lift us up and pull us down and do everything to us. But if we just hold on, in this life, every once in a while, we have a tendency to want to give up. And I heard the brother say a little bit earlier today that we've got to not give up. When circumstances and when trials and tribulations come upon us, we got to hold on. Paul talked to his shipmates and said, y'all got to stay in the ship.
Yes, sir. Stay in the ship.
He said, y'all got to stand. If y'all want to get to shore, all right. If you want to get out of this thing alive, you got to stay in the ship.
All right.
And see, I want you to know that Christians are in the ship. And as long as you stay in the ship, everything will be all right. Oh, it's going to rock and reel every once in a while. It's going to bob up and down every once in a while. You might swallow some water every once in a while. But if you just hold on and hold out everything, we'll be all right. Paul says, fear not, because I got to go see the king. Whether you know it or not, you got to go to see the king. But while we are trying to get there, while we're on this journey, we might have to go through some things. We might be in peril or threat of losing life or limb, but if we just hold on, everything is going to be all right. I got a feeling that God got this thing worked out. I don't know about you. I don't know how you think about it. I don't know where your state of mind is, but I got a feeling that God got this thing already worked out. And all you got to do is find enough strength to hold on. Paul, in the midst of this great storm, says, be of good cheer, for there shall be no loss of any man's life among you, but only of the ship. Then he goes on to say, for there stood by me this night. So every once in a while you got to realize that God has somebody standing by you in your life. When you're going through your trials and your tribulations, when your enemy is on your trail, when dark clouds are surrounding you and it look like you can't see the light of day, you got to realize that God got somebody standing by your side looking out for you.
Amen.
Paul says, for this night, an angel of God, whose I am, who I belong to. I belong to the Lord, so I don't really have nothing to worry about. See, but if you don't belong to the Lord, then you might have something to worry about. Hello. Whose I am and who I belong to stood by me this night, saying, fear not, Paul, for thou must be brought before Caesar. In other words, you got to go see the king. You got to go see the king. Fear not. Whatever betides, God will take care of you. Ain't that old song we sing every once in a while? Be not dismayed. Whatever betides, God will take care of you. And I'm just silly enough to believe that whenever I get into a bind, whenever life gives me up, whenever things ain't going my way, whenever the weight of the world presses me down, whenever I get in a pit for my enemies, whenever things ain't going right, I just got a feeling that God is going to make everything all right. All I got to do is hold on and don't give up. Everything will be all right. So Paul says, be of good cheer. Don't let the world get you down. Don't let the world make you sad. Don't let the world take away your joy. Don't let the world get you all wrapped up and get you taken away from Christ, but hold on and be of good cheer. So every once in a while we got to have a song to sing. And I can imagine Paul on this ship that's being tossed and turned. I got a feeling that Paul began to sing a song. I don't know what the song was, but in the midst of our circumstances, when things not going right, when the world has us down, we ought to sing a little song every once in a while. I hear one writer say, I come to the garden while the dew is still on. I think God got this thing worked out. You might not have it figured out. You might not know how it's going to end. You might not know what tomorrow's going to bring. But I got a feeling that God got it worked out for you. And if you just hold on to his hand, he'll bring you to where he wants you to be.
Amen.
Oh, and his shipmates caught in this storm. They began to listen to Paul after they realized that Paul was telling the truth. Kind of like in our own lives sometimes. We don't wake up until it's too late. We don't take advice until we're already in the midst of the storm. The boat full of water and we bark, and then we say, you know what? I should have went to church. All them years I didn't go to church. I should have been in the church. If I listened to what they say, I would have been singing in the choir, and I'd have had a song to sing while my trouble is all around me.
All right, preacher.
See, if you belong to the Lord, you got a song you can sing when trouble is all around you. Somebody say, trouble in my way. I have to cry sometimes. Trouble in my way. I have to moan sometimes. Trouble in my way. I don't have to worry because I got God on my side. If I just hold on, I believe that everything is going to be all right. These boys are in the ship, and they did all they could to make the storm go away, and they did all they could to make the ship light so that the ship would not sink. We ourselves in our own lives, we try to do things to make sure our heads stay above the water. Sometimes we have to cut some things loose.
That's right.
A lot of things that we have in this life that we're holding on to, we should have let them go a long time ago. Those boyfriends, if you're married, those girlfriends, if you're married, we have to learn to turn some things loose. The night out.
Yes, sir.
The hole in the wall. What they got up here? What they got up here?
They got the lead.
I know somebody living in Moultrie up here. Y'all may as well go on and talk.
They got the lead.
Ain't no sense in getting saved now and trying to let you all know. You may as well come on in there. You're already in the storm. You're already in the storm. You may as well come on in there. A perilous journey. But everything is going to be all right.